Hello, everyone. A few words about myself. I'm Konrad. You probably read my name on the mailing list. I'm a member of Apache Sling, Jackrabbit, and Maven, and also Eclipse M2E committer. And also, I do have some other work to do to actually get some money. And I work at Cognizant Netcentric. Let's talk a little bit about AEM replication metadata. So first of all, where is it persisted in the repository? So there's basically two JCR properties relevant. One is recording the last action type, which is a string, a JCR string type, and the other one is the actual date when that action indicated an action type happened. And this is a JCR date. It's a little bit fuzzy where that actually is because initially AEM replication metadata was mainly thought for pages, but nowadays not everything is a page any longer. But in most of the cases you find it in the JCR content child node. Or in the other case where you are not dealing with a page or a resource within a page, it's located in the current node. What is probably new to you is that this is now maintained per agent. That means in AEM as a cloud service, there's an additional tier which is called preview. And the state or the replication state for this tier is separately persisted, and there's a suffix used for that. That means each of those two properties get suffixed with an agent name in AEM as a cloud service. So why does it matter that much? Why should I care? First of all, the good thing is usually referenced nodes are detected automatically pretty well nowadays. So whenever your page references something, it's being detected, and in case that reference is not yet active in the latest version, it's automatically proposed as being activated along with the actual page. And this is good in most of the cases, but it can be problematic. What you see here on the screenshot on the right-hand side is a weekend page, which I activated. I think it's the root page below English. And this is the default references which are proposed as activated along with the page. And this is problematic and actually wrong because this is content policies which I haven't even touched. So after installing the content package, it proposes that I should activate that along, and this is not necessary. But not only this is not necessary, very often this also breaks stuff. And it may break stuff, for example, if your content policies are located in apps, because then your replication queue is being blocked, and that is unfortunately not caught in AEM itself. It's very easy to shoot yourself in the foot here. And the other cases where the user does not have the necessary permissions to actually replicate stuff which is not below content, like, for example, the content policy is being mentioned here, or context-aware configurations, which are on the top of the screenshot. Obviously, you need to make sure that the replication metadata is correct for all that content that you ship basically with your code and content packages. And this is applicable to both context-aware configurations as well as editable templates. For editable templates, it's relevant that you cover the structure child node there, the policies child node, which covers all the policy mappings and not the actual policies. But please do not add ever any replication data to initial, because those are used as a prototype when creating new pages. If you do that, then newly created pages appear as being active already by someone you probably don't even know, by the admin. And this is obviously not reflecting the real state. So those metadata is not stripped when creating the pages. Therefore, please make sure you never, ever add any replication metadata there. And then the actual content policies, which are usually living outside of the editable template subpath. It is tricky to maintain that correctly because there are some pitfalls. So the actual logic which is being applied by AEM to check whether it's active already in the latest version means it checks whether the modification date is newer than the replication date. Or it might also be that you don't have a modification date at all, then any replication date is fine. In both cases, however, you need to make sure that the last replication action is activate, otherwise it won't detect that as being active. And since this is quite hard to manually ensure, I wrote a validator for that, and that validator is based on a service provider interface being provided by Jackrabbit File Vault. Yeah, it's open source, available on GitHub, and I will quickly demo how that works. So the important bit is just it fails your local build whenever the replication data is not correct, meaning that the replication data does not state that particular content is active in its last version. So let's come to the demo. Let's quickly see what I have here. Now, okay. So what I've checked out here is basically weekend. And in weekend, we have lots of configurations. And what I expanded here is a configuration, the content policies, basically. And what you see here is already the Maven problems, which are detected by that validator. And the nice thing, I'm an Eclipse guy, obviously, so the nice thing about Eclipse is that it supports incremental builds, so you can fix it, and those issues should vanish. So let's have a closer look at the first issue only for timing reasons. So I don't know whether you can read it, but it says no replication action set for agent publish. Okay, let's quickly cross-check that. Yes, indeed. So here I only have a CQ last replicated, so the actual date, but not the action. So let's quickly copy that from this policy, and let's see whether that fixes it. You see the problem vanishes, at least this particular one. Two are still remaining here. Yeah, but the two other ones are basically similar, so I won't go into detail here. What I quickly want to show you is how easy it is to integrate that. So let's have a quick look into the POM. What you see here is that you add just one additional dependency to the firewall package Maven plugin, which you most probably anyhow have in your Maven build. And this particular dependency is enough that this validator is being automatically executed during the Maven build. Yeah, that's about all I wanted to say. Feel free to try it out, and hopefully it is useful to you as well. And the last slide is only the references where you find that. But I think Stefan linked that already, so just click on the link or look for AEM Replication Metadata Validator, and you should be able to find it on GitHub. And sorry, one last sentence. If there's anyone from Adobe who can merge that pull request, I fixed all the replication metadata in weekend. It would be nice to have that integrated. That's all.